Swole Podcast, episode 2626. It's Saturday, July the 15th, and it is Swole Slut Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. Reminder, we have new merch drops available over there at papaswolio.com. Because you're a listener of the show, use code Daily Swole for 10% off merch every single day over there at papaswolio.com. And of course, if you are not yet a member, take a moment and check out and join swolenormousx.com to be an official member of the Swole fam today. We had an amazing overtime segment yesterday with a brand new driving while gaining and brand new balls deep edits, all uncensored content that is too intense for the social media platform. So go and check it out now, swolenormousx.com. And of course, you can jump on one of our feature programs, including the all-new Maximum Swole that just dropped this past week. And of course, if you're relatively new to fitness, you can work on your mobility and all 7 pillars, and your strength, and your stabilization, and your active recovery with the 90-day Dash program and Swole Mastery, and you can switch and progress into Swole Season, Scorched Earth, and Maximum Swole. We have everything you need to crush your 7 pillars over there at swolenormousx.com. Join us today. Can't wait to see you over there, fam. Let's get into today's episode 2626. This is the greatest man cast to bang your ear holes while you're making sick fucking gains. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Long time no see.
All you have to do is stop putting garbage in your face hole. Can you do that?
Fat fuck.
Discrimination.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Shampoo my crotch.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 2626 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustles, and your hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beescast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everston K2 Flexing on all
fucking
new beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina
Fam, welcome to
wine.
Swole Slut Saturday. Drop in the comments. What are you smashing? Hit the thumbs up button. And of course, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the audio cast, wherever you're listening. Leave us a 5-star review if you listen to the podcast and you have not yet done so on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Take a moment and leave a 5-star review if you enjoy the show. And if you can write one, like on Apple, make sure you write a review. I'd love to read it and feature you on the podcast. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get into today's episode. It is Saturday. It's Swole Slut Saturday, and I hope that all of you are doing well. Harry, Cerny, Kara, Josh, what's going on? TCAP, Loretta. We had a big week. We had a roundtable on Thursday, 47. We had an overtime segment yesterday with a brand new Drive While Gaining. We got a little preview that will feature in just a few minutes. Being fit is far right.
Matt Damon.
Being fit is far right. Is it now? The Driving While Gaining was all time, by the way. An all-time DWG. It was fantastic. So if you missed it, We'll give you a little preview, a little snippet of what you missed, but go and check it out on Swole TV after the live stream if you missed it and you're a member. If you're not a member, join us, swolenormousx.com. It was fucking awesome. That being said, let's get into the show. Let's bust the nut open and let's fucking do it, fam. Why waste your time when you know you're gonna be mine? All right, happy Swole Slut Saturday. Drop that in the chat. Triple S, hashtag Triple S for a chance to win today's Swole card. It's a nice one. It's a very nice one, as always. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Hashtag Triple S. Drop that in the comments. We have a church and we have a tainty man. They're both looking delicious, both looking cute. Still got a pile of clothes on the floor. I got to take care of that this weekend. Next time we have a rainstorm, next time it's not beautiful outside, I'll take care of that pile of clothes. All right, let's get into the tip today. We got a little preview and then we'll get into some Swole fan posts. So let's get into it. Everyone, tip time. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. So like I already mentioned, we had brand new driving while gaining. Being fit is far right, and obviously that's fucking absolutely laughable. So let's get into a little preview. We got a little sneak peek of the driving while gaining that you might have missed. Let's take a look.
Seek gains! Seek gains! Seek gains! If you fucking make gains, if you care about your health, you are far right.
No, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that.
MSNBC, CNN, all those fucking leftist organizations, they just give you mental diabetes. No one's like a fucking pro-Nazi. No one. No one. No one. No one. No one. I'm going to the fucking gym tonight. I hope people don't think that I'm alt-right.
All right. Brand new DWG available. Oh my goodness. All right. Go and check it out. It is absolutely a joke. It's absolutely a joke. It's absolutely stupid. We all know it is. That's why the left is falling apart, as it oft does, because it just gets so ridiculous that it can't sustain itself. So absurd. It just falls apart and just crumbles. Crumbles like a saltine, an old saltine. Okay, let's get into the first Swole fan post of the day. Let me just move a couple of these things over. Need a little bit better organization there. Okay, we got a first post. Oh no, we got one from Stella. Oh no, Stella. She writes, "Hi fam, I haven't posted in a while. Unfortunately, I fell last night and broke my ankle. Now I'm terrified this will drag me back. I won't be able to go to the gym for at least a month. Do you have any advice on eating since working out is not going to be easy now?" Well, you can definitely do upper body stuff. You can definitely do chair yoga. You can eat the same food that you normally would. This is a big thing that people allow to take them off track. The nutrition doesn't change. Maybe you're not eating quite as much because you're not utilizing and repairing muscle tissue and training intensely, but the nutrition doesn't change. It's not like you just go and eat shit because you're not training. So make sure you're still eating the same stuff. I would look into things like bone broth and get a lot of those healthy fats, organ meats, the same nutrient dense foods that you were eating before, and make sure you can just do what you can do. So at the beginning, of course, you're going to have to be off it more and but as it starts to heal, you'll be able to walk around more on it in your cast and things like that. So you could do chair yoga, you could do upper body work, you can do mobility, you can do a lot of things for mobility. So there's a lot of things that you can do as long as you're cleared for it and as long as you're not causing anything that would limit the repair of that. And maybe once you are closer, it depends on what your doctors say, but things like swimming, things that are resistance, that you can like kick your feet, things that you can provide resistance to aid in recovery without putting weight on it. It's not like you're running or jumping or doing jumping jacks, but things that are not, that kind of take you out of gravity could be something beneficial as you heal. So follow doctor's orders and just make sure your doctor knows what's up when it comes to the exercise. But stay focused. There's a lot of things that you can do. There's tons of things you can do in the meantime. So remember, your lower body, you might not be doing jump squats, but you can absolutely do upper body work. And as you get more mobile and start moving around more as you heal, you'll be able to do more. Matt says people will go to extreme lengths to skip leg day. I'm not sure. She was like, oh, leg day is coming up. Like, snap my fucking ankle. Yeah. One thing that I will say, Stella, is as you get better and you're able to, you need to be aggressively doing ankle mobility once you're healed, and hip mobility and hip strengthening and activation, like the glute awareness program. Because one thing that happens when people sprain and break bones, especially lower body, is they start to move differently. Their gait patterns change. You have compensations that build up, and then it can lead to more problems down the road. So make sure you are practicing a lot of yoga and working on that ankle mobility back. Lacey, hair looking fresh, Papa. Yeah, a couple days ago. It's all kind of, the braids coming out. I'm probably going to take it out today, but yeah, felt good. It feels good. It usually only lasts a day or two before I get it all frizzed out. All right, we got a post here from Shane on total body awareness in Swolenormous X. And Shane says, some things you have said, Papa, is something that is coming back to bite me in the ass, and time to fix it. And those were the following. Sometimes what you need and what you want are not the same. And also honor your future self. Starting like I've never been here before, all in balls deep, and time to work on the primer week for 2 weeks before moving on to work on my imbalances from laziness and putting all the weight back on. Time to get healthy for life. Thanks, fam. Welcome again. Shane, you got to stop. Maybe you want to stick around this time. Shane leaves and comes back and leaves and comes. Let's stay focused. Let's all make sure that we pile on Shane and make sure he stays focused and on track, right? If you don't quit, you don't have to keep on starting again. So welcome again, Shane. Glad to have you back in the fam and taking care of business. All right, let's get into a couple email responses. Like I say every episode, I'll make your inbox feel like it's 1993. If you have a loose, flabby, shredded roast beef inbox, don't worry. I'll take care of all the spam and promotions. Now I will stretch out your inbox and make it feel brand new, like the first time you ever opened an email. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com and get on the email list so I can destroy your inbox with some knowledge cock. Who doesn't want that? We got a response from the secret to long-term results from Carson. And I was asking, what have you done to like incrementally make those changes? Because sometimes you make larger changes and leaps and bounds, but more often than not, it's 1% changes or 0.1% changes that can compound over time. So Carson says, progressive overload. I think it applies to nutrition, mental progress, your work, and of course, your fitness. Today, I pushed my leg reps from 12 to 14 before I try the next weight to make sure I've mastered it. Next week, we'll take it up or add more weight with more pause and holds, or find a way to consistently challenge the muscle. We are investing a little every week in us. Okay, sorry, it's hard to read sometimes. We are talking about investing a little every week in a stock instead of thousands on one risky investment. In the end, the interest compounds and you end up with a better investment over time. Gaining excellence in one area shows what you can do in another area. Very true. If you see what small changes over time compounds in one area of your life, you'll see how to apply it to other areas. If you want to be better at your job, lose the fat, lift weights, become a master of your mind and of your craft. Well said. And this is kind of what people experience when they do the elimination diet. Once you make a couple changes and you feel a lot better with a little thing, then all of a sudden you're a believer and you realize, well, if I took out a couple of these foods and I feel so much better, what else can I remove, or what else can I add, or what else can I do to feel even better? If I feel so much better from just doing these two things, what if I do a third thing? What if I do a fourth thing? What if I focus on this? And then you kind of get hooked because you prove it to yourself. You realize, wow, I did A and I got B and C. Let me keep on going. Okay, secrets to long-term results. We got a response here from Glenna, and Glenna says, "Hi, Papa and fam. Lately, I've been taking mobility and recovery more seriously. I've made the time to move my body and stretch in ways that have made a significant improvement in my flexibility and recovery. I train hard, and God knows my body needs that extra TLC afterwards. It has also improved my mindset. I feel calmer afterwards. Our bodies are not meant to grind all day, every day. I'm finally realizing this, and it's made all the difference. Thank you, Papa, for the knowledge cock. You are very welcome, Glenna." Mobility and recovery. And just like we were talking about in the pre-roll, Maximum Swole brand new program, it focuses on maximizing your intensity, but it's not just maximizing your intensity. It's also about maximizing your recovery. Because if you're not maximizing your recovery, how can you maximize your intensity? How can you push yourself hard if you're not recovering even harder? All right, we got one more from Sandra on the secret to long-term results. Sandra says, "I have gone for a walk and done Swolga Foundation in the morning. I have been invited to the restaurant and chose a steak with garden salad over crap I would have normally had. Good choices. Small choices make all the difference. Remember, life is just all about choices. That's all it is. Anytime someone says, well, I don't have time, I don't have this, I don't have that, you're making a choice. Every time you're voting on what kind of outcome you want to have. So if there's a person that you want to be in the future, what would that person do? A lot of people say that they want to build muscle, that they want to get rid of the fat, they want to do these different things, and they want to have these things. Well, that's nice. That's great. Okay, so let's say you're a person that has those things. What would that person do? Well, that person wouldn't eat Taco Bell. So guess what? Make that choice. Make the better choice to not put that poison in your body. What would the person that you want to become do today? And then do that. Rihanna says, Mr. Rihanna finally started focusing on mobility because of Papa and realized how good he feels because of it. And then once you feel better, there are metrics that aren't enticing at the start, but then once you receive them, once you experience them, it makes all the difference. So feeling better, not having pain. How do you quantify pain? You can't really. You can put a perceived discomfort level, like 1 through 10, how bad is the pain? But it's not like something you can measure on a scale or body fat composition or things like that. Or how much weight did I lift? You can count it up. This is what I lifted for how many times, blah, blah, blah. But you can't quantify just, I feel better. But that's what's most important. That's what's really most important. If you're taking care of yourself, eating properly, sleeping well, you're going to feel better. And guess what? If you feel better and you have more energy and you feel just in a better mood, and you're going to do more things to compound that. You don't want to feel bad. You're going to exercise more because you feel better so you can exercise. You're not going to have as much stress just because you have a more clarity of mind to manage things that come into your environment. Super sweet. All right. Let's take some questions. Remember, if you want to call into the show, we don't have calls today, but if you have calls, we usually save them on Saturday for Sunday because tomorrow's Ask Papa Swole Live. So we're just taking tons of questions tomorrow, all questions tomorrow. So we encourage you to call in. Go to askpapaswole.com, call into the show, and we'll get to those calls tomorrow, askpapaswole.com. If you're watching live, hashtag AskPapaSwole in the chat, and we'll get to some of those questions. But first, we got to go to Instagram. Oh, my God. Instagram. Oh, my God. _
Matt Damon.
Mustafa Bapalwala. Bapalwala. All right, Mustafa. Say it again. That's Mufasa. It's close enough. Papa, I've been going to the gym and training very hard, but I'm not able to control my diet. Cool story, Hansel. It's time for you to control your diet. Very nice. Where's my Hansel audio?
That Hansel's so hot right now.
I am not able to control my diet. Yes, you are. You're making bullshit excuses, so I don't believe you. Kara, Alexis, Papa Swole, which 2024 presidential candidate would you like to see in office? As of now, so let's say I can just pick someone, would I like to see in office? So anyone that's not anyone in the world, but you mean anyone that's actually running. I mean, probably Vivek. If it was a choice across everyone, Vivek or Trump, which it seems like, I mean, Vivek is awesome. I don't know everyone's policies. I don't know everyone's policies. RFK is awesome, but he's a Democrat, and we definitely need to. Some people are thinking that he might run as an independent. He might. It would be. I mean, it would be a cool ticket if it was. Let's see. Can you imagine like a Trump Kennedy or a Trump Ramaswamy ticket? I just appreciate Vivek, and I've told you guys about his book Woke Inc. like long time ago, like in 2020, 2021. A great book, very well spoken, super intelligent. But again, I don't know. I haven't listened to all of his policies and all of his stuff like that. But I think we need someone that can fucking speak. We need someone that has a triple digit IQ. We need someone who's not a pawn. We need someone who's not like corrupt through and through. It's really. So it really is a matter of like who's going to go into office and actually clean house, actually do it. And there's one thing about a candidate for example, like Trump, who it would be a second term. When you have a second term president and you're not doing things based on whether or not you'll get reelected, you can get a lot of things accomplished. And I'm not really so concerned about what. And Cerny's right. There's never going to be a perfect president. What's perfection anyway? But you cannot deny how on point and the quality of the economy. That's really what matters. And this is why people are starting to like break apart and things are starting to fracture. It's because when you start hurting people's pocketbooks, when you go to the store and beef is 50% increased, I've like some places I'm very like I focus on certain things like nutrition and I prioritize those things, but prices have just gone through the fucking roof. So it's harder to get loans. It's harder to get credit. It's harder to, cars are fucking out of control, expensive as a result of Democrat policies and lockdowns, which were nonsensical and unconstitutional. It fucking disrupted supply chains. The pursuit of actually, and the problem with other countries that are leaving the US dollar in terms of global reserve, that puts these corrupt politicians that are in office, especially currently, and of course the deep state and the military industrial complex, that literally pushes us closer and closer to war to defend the petrodollar because we don't have the trade, we don't produce anything really aside from Silicon Valley that actually backs our currency. So bringing production, bringing industry back. So that's why we're inching closer and closer to getting more involved with this war. It's to strong arm other countries, essentially. That's what happens when currencies debase, why World War II really ramped up. That's why most wars occur. It really comes down to the economy. It's the economy, stupid. So the economy was fantastic under Trump, whether you liked his tweets or not. And I think the average person wants a better life or should want a better life and needs to pay more attention, in my opinion. So those are some thoughts. And I think, unfortunately, as in most cases, I think actually in this presidential election, there's actually some more hope. Right? The fact that Vivek and RFK and people are actually gaining traction, it gives me more hope for the future in terms of people are paying attention to, like, it's a good sign that we have, some younger people coming up and that are very well spoken, that have a lot of, principles, that are patriots. But usually presidential elections, that we can all agree are, it's like the balls deep folder. It's like we have a pile of shit. Who stinks the least? Which is a kind of an unfortunate way to vote. And this is why Biden was elected, because a lot of people, the mainstream media had more control back in 2019 and 2020 and those years, and literally lied, smeared Trump for 4 fucking years, crying and screaming, just like all the libtard videos that we watch. And distracted people from the corrupt corpse of Joe Biden. And that's why he got elected. He got elected because people didn't like Trump. Biden was garbage and still is garbage. And he always has been garbage. And people just didn't pay attention to all his plagiarization, racism, and all his nonsense throughout his entire career, which has been a big, huge pile of dog shit. So that's really where it is. People voted for him, not because they liked him, because they hated Trump. TCAP says, I hope you don't have hairy legs. So here's the difference, right? Here's the difference. Are people going to wake up, or have people woken up? Are people going to make a better choice in 2024? I think what a lot of you have seen in the media, like they're starting to try to pull, I think they're trying to throw him under the bus. They're trying to like kind of hint that when you start seeing the mainstream media, when you see them start to report more on his corrupt dealings in Ukraine and China and his son and all this stuff, it just seems like they're trying to like slow leak, actually address it so they can phase him out. Some people still think Newsom is going to, something's going to happen. Oh, he's going to have a health event. And my God, talk about being a lot worse. Newsom is a disaster. I can't imagine. I can't imagine people seeing, hey, literally people are fleeing California because it's like communist China, and they're going to try to put him in office. So we'll see. We'll see. Smaller government, as long as smaller government is the outcome and these 3-letter agencies start to get, dissolved, whoever does that has my support. Stefan, I've yet to see one shred of evidence against Hunter, though. You sure about that? There's like fucking mounds. Anyway, let's move forward. So we can hope. Really, what's the outcome going to be? Wish we can fast forward. Whatever the name is, whatever the name is in office, we just hope that the outcome is going to be improvements. Let's see here. There's one thing. Bookworm Addict said Hunter left the coke. We all know it. You know what's interesting? There's cameras in every fucking corner of the White House. There are cameras everywhere. So all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden they don't know, oh, whose cocaine is this? We don't know. All of a sudden, no, the cameras were broken, just like Epstein. Like the cameras were out on this day. Who knows? There's a reason why it's deflecting. They keep on moving it and where they found it. It's pretty obvious. Otherwise, it would have thrown someone under the bus already. All of a sudden, the security is just, there's no security. Who? Wait, what? Cameras? What are you talking about? Harry says, Papa Swole, your thoughts on waking up at 3 a.m. to get a workout in? Appreciate your insight. I don't think it matters. What time are you going to sleep? That's the question. Oh, so you asked that. Okay, so this is the first part of the question. I didn't see the first part. Papa Solio, I coach travel and middle school football teams. My question is about sacrificing sleep to go to the gym. Up at 4 a.m. for work, 2 practices, usually home around 9 and bed at 10. So you're getting 6 hours of sleep. Yeah, that's low. That's definitely not enough for the most people. There are the rare genetic mutations where you can get restful sleep for like 5-6 hours, but it's exceptionally rare. A lot of people that think they have that, they don't. So like sacrificing sleep is so important. I just think you need to remanage your schedule. This is a problem. If you overload your schedule, then you wonder why you don't have time. It's like, well, you don't need to do all that. Or fit it in somewhere in between short periods. Because sacrificing more sleep to go to the gym, it's a good question. But for 5-6 hours of sleep, you're not getting enough sleep just to recover from being awake. Because when you're awake, it essentially causes brain damage. So it's always challenging when people are voluntarily overloading themselves. And then it's like, well, like, you know, in terms of what you should cut back on, it shouldn't be sleep. It should be all those other things that do you have kids on these travel teams and stuff? Is it your kids? So you're going to wake up at 3 a.m. You're going to get 5 hours of sleep and overload. You're going to get 5 hours of sleep and then overload and stress your body even more. So you're going to be stressed because you're not getting sleep and add physical stress and be, it's not going to work. It's not going to work long term. Okay, let's see. Good questions. We could follow up if anyone has follow-ups on the political stuff or other things, or that, Harry, if you want to follow up. If any of you have the same situation where you're, you know, working really early, and I especially think that if you have a physical labor job, and I'll just put this out there, because if you do construction or something really physical, people always tell me, and of course you're going to be tired because you're doing a lot of just repetition, just physical expenditure. One, your nutrition has to be on point, your hydration, electrolytes, but you got to do it first because your training is going to be focused on certain spots and certain areas. You need to train first. You're going to have to get up and train hard before you go to your physical labor job, but you'll still feel better at your physical job because your body will adapt to that over time. It's like cardio. It's a lot of like just volume and your body will adapt to that kind of stress. But after doing labor all day, like, of course you're not going to fucking feel like going to the gym. You have to do it first. Wax says, make America nap again.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Mana, make America nap again. Okay, Neil 010325, Papa Swilly, can I do resistance training and build endurance at the same time? Well, what kind of endurance? You're going to be building endurance by doing resistance training. Do you mean VO2 max? By lifting weights, depending on how your rest periods are, you'll improve your VO2 max just by doing physical training, but it's not going to maximize your endurance. So the thing is, with the human body, you need to prioritize something. You need to prioritize an approach. If you want to build muscle, then focus on building muscle. If you want to work on muscular and overall endurance, then you need to focus on that. It's hard to maximize your VO2, for example, if you're doing a lot of strength training and putting on muscle mass. That's why most endurance athletes are more slender. So can you do and build endurance? Sure. But you're not going to maximize either one, is my point. So you can do cardio with weights. You're just doing short rest periods in circuit training. You might build a little muscle, but you're going to tap out. You're going to peak out because you're not able to train intensely enough. With a lot of people lift for cardio. That's what, like, high intensity, you know, they lift, they do circuit, they do a curl, and they do a press, and they do pull-ups and stuff. You're just lifting for cardio. And there's different ways to do cardio. Noor Eline. We got a period. Very nice. I appreciate no underscores. Save your underscores. Papa Solia, what are your hobbies aside from gym and anything related to the body? I mean, I love what I do. So what are my hobbies? What, like knitting? Do I crochet? No, I don't. I mean, honestly, I love training. I love swinging. I love doing that shit. I love it. That's my hobby. That's what I do. I enjoy doing it. Aside from that, doing this, doing the show, doing the podcast and the things that I love that I created myself, and taking care of the dogs and spending time with Mama Swilly and all that stuff, I enjoy just doing things. I enjoy my days. I don't knit or crochet. It's so funny. A lot of people need, and here's the thing, a lot of people need hobbies. It's all about the framing and how you're thinking about this. A lot of people need hobbies because they hate their fucking job. A lot of people need hobbies like they're in an office all day, so they go home and they, you know, paint miniatures and stuff. Like, that's cool. That's a hobby. So hobby is usually something people enjoy aside from work. I just do the things I enjoy, and I create a business and stuff and a life around the things that I enjoy. So fitness is a hobby. It's what I enjoy. It's my business. It's like I do these things. And so literally every day I just do my life and the things I enjoy, and it just happens to cover everything. So I created a business around the things I enjoy. So I do the things I enjoy, and it doesn't feel like work. That's why when you're doing things that you enjoy, that's one of the, I wouldn't say a problem, but that's one of the things that happens when you never feel like you've done enough. And I've constantly battled with that. It's like, oh, I never feel like I film enough videos or this, because there's always something else to do. There's always a podcast the next day. So you're never going to be done. So, and when you enjoy what you're doing, it never feels like work. So it doesn't feel like you're like the concept of like, oh, work should be a stress and things that you hate. Okay, I did all that stuff. Well, if I enjoy what I'm doing, I don't feel like I'm working. So I don't feel like for a while, I just didn't feel like I was doing anything. And then you never feel like you're doing enough. So you just keep on doing more things because you don't feel like you're that classic work against the grain. Anyway, my hobbies are my life are my hobbies. So if you're saying the phrase hobbies are like, oh, the things I enjoy, this is what I do. I enjoy doing this stuff. I enjoy doing a podcast performance and answering questions and joking and hanging out with the Swole fam and stuff and lifting weights. I go out in there and I'm swinging a club and I'm out there with the dogs. And yeah, Mama Swole in the Daily Swole Telegram chat says collecting gym equipment. I do like that. I like going and getting a rare piece of equipment or something I want. I enjoy those things. So yeah, I'll move on to something else. And then when we have a little mini Swolio, that'll be my fucking hobby. So, right? Grizzly Magnum, thoughts on the Adam 22 situation. I don't know what that is. I have no idea who or what that situation is. If you want to explain that. I don't know what that is. Yeah, mini Swolio. Let's see. Boom, boom. Matt says, dude's a cuck. Well, now I'm curious. What is Adam 22? I'm assuming that's a person named Adam. That's all I know. Okay, Berghard Gurley. And it looks like the dude from 12 Angry Men. Cerny's probably the only one that will get that reference. Okay, if you do, you're probably laughing your ass off. What is the best shoulder train for you? Yeah. What does that even mean? What's the best? Okay, anytime someone asks what the best of anything is, it depends on what you're trying to do. So, for example, with Maximum Swole, right? For example, from Maximum Swole, there's different session splits, right? You can choose C1 or D1 or A2 or B2. Some of you might have, let's say Berghard, whoever this dude. Oh, no, it's not Girly. It's Girl. Oh, Girl with an E. I mean, that's your last name. Sorry. I thought it was like Girly. I thought I had an I. Okay. So anyway, if you need work on your anterior deltoid, then you want to promote that. But your anterior deltoid gets hit a lot during chest and pressing movements. So for a lot of people, you don't need to isolate that body part, right? Some people naturally have just massive calves. They don't need to go wailing on their calves if they naturally have big ham hocks back there. Okay. So any kind of training split should bias areas that you need to bring up and that you need to focus on. That's going to be different for different people. So for some people, a chest and back split might be great. Some people, if they really need to bring up their shoulders, you probably don't want to do shoulders, triceps, or chest, shoulders, and triceps or something like that. You probably want to prioritize it. So you might want to do chest and back, maybe arms, legs. You might want to do a different split where you're actually doing shoulders on its own day so you can do it when you're more rested so you can focus on that. So the best shoulder training, it depends. I would just make sure that you are hitting the middle deltoid, you're hitting the anterior deltoid, but I would focus more on the posterior and the middle deltoid. Most people that need or want 3D shoulders don't put enough focus on their posterior deltoid and their middle deltoid. And a lot of people do lateral raises poorly. They're not bringing their arms enough to the front of the body. You can do it prone on like an 80-degree bench. That's a great way to do it. You can hit it different ways. You could do lying lateral raises. You could do it with a cable. You could do it on your back with a cable crossover machine. There's different, or like a V or like a long Y straps where you can pull your arms out. You can support yourself on your back. There's a lot of different ways you can hit the shoulders, but I would focus for most people, because of compensations, and you can't like swivel your head around like an owl and see your posterior deltoid and middle deltoid as much in the mirror. But if you want to look big, if you want to have a V taper more, you want to have big shoulders, it's middle and posterior deltoid. Yambag Yahtzee is great for the deltoid. What the fuck is that, bro? What's a Yambag? What's Yambag Yahtzee? What the fuck are you talking about? Explain. Explain. Phoenix. Adam is dating some porn star who runs a mommy vlog. It's weird. So I still have no idea what is going on. Who is this person? Some porn star who runs a mommy vlog. Okay. I'm so glad I have no idea what the fuck it is. Grizzly says, host of No Jumper who let his wife take big black cock. What the fuck is No Jumper? Jesus Christ, I have no idea what you're talking about. Honestly, I have no idea what that is. Is that a show? I guess you're hosting No Jumper? Never even heard of that. Sounds like there's a reason why I've never heard of it. Sounds like it sucks. Rihanna, Papa Swole, what are some possible pool exercises I can try while I'm in Texas? Swimming? Pool exercises? You could do jumping in the pool, and like the shallower end, you can just do kicks. You can get fins or flippers or, I don't know, like pool I don't know. Why don't you swim? Why don't you go for a swim in a pool? What can I do in water? I don't know. Survive, not drown. Don't drown. Just don't drown. Just don't drown.
I keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Oh. I figured the literal swim. Synchronized swimming by yourself. Just pool masturbation, right? Is that what it's called? EberX_75. Matt Damon for the underscore.
Damon.
Let's see if the question's an underscore too. I'm going to start gym. What are some things I should know before starting? Oh, got like a little headache, like starting on the side over here. Download the 7 pillars over there at swolenormousx.com, honestly. And understand that you're building muscle when you're not in the gym. So what you're doing outside the gym is essential, very important. John in Daily Swole, you ever thought about doing some routine videos for a power tower station? You mean like dips or pull-ups? Like just doing dips and pull-ups? Is that that's what a power tower is, right? Like a dip video or a pull-up video? Doing dips and pull-ups? All right, let's see. Thank God, no more Instagram questions. Let's go balls deep. We'll follow up if anyone has any. Oof. All right.
That's deep.
Thank God. Thank God we're done with Instagram. Fine. Don't forget tomorrow, more questions. If you want to submit questions and calls to the show, go to askpapaswolio.com and call into the show. I think I did see a TikTok video about that. Matt just triggered something. I think I did hear about that. So Matt says she did most, I saw a video and I'm like, okay, she did most girl on girl porn, but a few days after Adam and her got married, she did a scene with this black dude and the guy is getting made fun of all over the internet. How about don't marry a porn star? Don't marry a low value woman. Don't marry a woman who's been fucking run through. As if girl on girl porn is like, well, that's not like girl on guy porn. As like most of this girl porn, they're just like fucking taking like 12-inch dildos to they're just getting gangbanged with dildos. So different. Yeah, super cringe. How about don't marry a porn star? And yeah, she's trash. Gross. It's like, Papa Swolio, I saw a huge pile of dog shit. And I kept on walking by it every single day. But then one day I walked over and I took a bite. This is just not a good choice. It's not a good choice. I walked by and just gave it sniffs, and then one time I walked by and I took a bite and someone looked at me and then posted a video online. I don't know. I'm trying to find a correlation. I married a porn star and then she did porn. Oh my God. Super shocked. Super shocked. But here's the thing. If this guy really loves her and doesn't care, then he doesn't care. It's his life. I don't give a shit. You make a stupid decision. You jump out of a plane without a parachute and you go splat. I mean, like people that do the squirrel suits and they jump out and they die, like their death rate is like 90%. Does anyone shed a tear? You don't, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. It's like you're doing the stupidest fucking shit alive. What do you expect to happen? I'm not going to shed a tear. You know how you don't die? Don't jump out of a plane or a cliff in a squirrel suit. Derp. Yeah, don't go to the bottom of the ocean. Let's go to the bottom of the ocean in a sardine can, and it broke. Oh my God! You know what's tragic is when a mother is pushing her baby on a sidewalk and a drunk driver goes off the road and kills them. That's a fucking tragedy because you're just walking down you're going down the street. I mean, you can make the argument like you shouldn't do that, but okay, fine. Right? That's the tragic stuff. If someone is, I don't know, just no one's like shedding tears for people that do this type of stuff. It might be like, ooh, that sucks. But no one's going to be like, how did that happen? We are balls deep, Matthew. I don't think it took a turn. I think this is par for the course. That escalated quickly. This is nothing. And you guys know that this is nothing. We haven't even started yet. We just pushed in for that last couple inches. Don't forget, there's always more in the tank. There's always more in the tank. All right. Speaking of stupid, retarded shit, let's get into some fucking releases. Who's ready? Not releases, but who's ready for some fucking balls deep? See, there's like legit tragedies. Yeah. Stefan says, that happened right near my violin teacher's house. 2 girls got hit and died. Like, it's awful. Like, it's awful when you're just like innocent doing nothing and something like that happens. Like, that's a tragedy. People that do cliff jumping, it's like, that's not a tragedy. That's unfortunate. It's like, well, that sucks. But I mean, you know, when you're walking down the sidewalk, your risk of death should be like 0.00000 whatever 1%. When you're doing cliff jumping, that shit jumps up to like 15, 20%. It's like 50% chance of having an injury. And then, you start like, it's like playing Russian roulette with 3 in the chamber. Not the best choice. Okay. Oh my God, this one. I saw this one online already. I saw people. Oh, this one's cringe. All right, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, 3. Pick a number. Pick a number. Pick a number. What do we got here? 1, 2, or 3.
What's in the box?
1, 2, or 3. Let's get a little tainty, man. Oh. Johannes Tanti, the sexy boy. Oh, and the churchy. A little rubbish. Let's rub your bellies. Let me rub your bellies. Let daddy get into those belly jellies. Let me get those jellies. Let me in the belly. Let daddy get into that jelly belly. No? Oh, it's just closed off. All right. All right. I don't have to. Fine. Oh, we're buffering. YouTube knows when we're going balls deep. YouTube knows. I'll try to delay it for a few minutes. Maybe we'll come back. Obviously. Let's talk about unicorns and rainbows. Let's see if we can bring back the buffering. Unicorns and rainbows, dancing, frolicking in the fields, dancing, frolicking, happiness. Happiness, rainbows, a meadow of dandelions and grasshoppers and sunshine. A boy playing fetch with his dog. It's starting to go to yellow. Very nice. We're doing it, fam. We're doing it. Keep going. Sunflowers, dolphins, the beach, umbrellas, family picnic. What else can we say? Let's see. Vacation, croissants. I'm trying to think of things. I'm trying to think of something else. What else is good? Coffee, cafecito, chalupas, and we're back. I fucking did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Trans people. Oh, fucking ceiling caves in. Okay. Well, all right, quickly. Puppies, puppies, puppies. Puppies, rainbows, leprechauns. What can we do here? Let's go with Cerny number 3. Cerny number 3. Okay, hurry. Quickly, fam. Quickly. Croissants. Croissant. This is called Trained Kids. And there goes the podcast. Here we go.
I've trained all the children at my summer camp to come to me whenever I play my recorder. Bunch of 5 to 11-year-olds are just following me wherever I go. I have so much power and I love it. It's the perfect time to teach them about trans.
I have so much power and I love it. It's the perfect time to teach them about trans.
Oh my God. It puts the lotion on its skin. It puts the lotion on its skin.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Yeah, so we got a diddler on our hands. Any questions? Oh, Papa Swole, your pedophiles don't play the flute. Oh, they do. They're playing your little boy's flute. Pun intended. All right, let's move on. Why can they come out with a vaccine for stupid people? Let's do a vaccination for pedophiles. We'll create a summer camp, right? They can go to camp. They can get on board the train and we can just send them off into the blue yonder. Anyway, super gross. This is why we need the Second Amendment. This is why. Good luck playing that flute. Good luck playing that flute in the heartland. Good luck with that shit. All right. I bet he's got so much candy and ice cream. Candy and ice cream. That guy's got candy and ice cream. And they all follow me. Good time to talk about trans. I love power. We know. That's all it is. It's all about power. It's all about power. It's all about power. Power manipulation. That's all it is. It's all about power. It always has been. That's what this shit is. Political correctness, cancel culture. It's all power. It's all power. This is how pussies grab power. They go after your kids and they manipulate language because they eat too much soy and they're huge bitches. Oh, but guns, kick away the guns. They don't want you to have guns. They want to have the guns. When you leverage the power of the state, that's why when you have a monopoly on violence, that is what the left does. They want to monopolize the violence. They just don't want you to have guns. They're huge fans of violence. They're huge fans of guns. They'll point at you while they're rioting in the streets and burning down buildings and destroying small businesses and bringing back segregation. They just blame you for doing it. That's the hypocrisy. That's all it is. Hypocrisy and power. They love violence. They love violence. The summer of love, aka the ministry of love. Ah, yes. Just complete opposite. Double think, double speak, holding two thoughts in your head at the same time. That's all it is. That's all it is. Pay attention. Okay, cool. Pick a number, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Let's move on before we get
What's in the box?
flagged again. Unicorns, rainbows, Skittle people, rainbows, whales, sunsets. Oh my God. What else we got? Puppies, kittens, graduation. Okay, good. We got it. Matt the Great, number 2. Matt the Great. Matt the Great. Let's see. Matt the Great. Here we go. Matt the Great. Here we go. Rainbows and unicorns. This one's called time blindness. I saw this going viral around, so I saw it. How could people expect me to be on time for a job? Yeah. Okay.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time, you know? And then
That's not a thing. I have trouble looking at a clock. Clock. Time blindness. Talk about a first world fucking problem. Is there accommodations for people that just can't be anywhere at a given time and be reliable? Are there any accommodations for people that just can't be somewhere when they're supposed to be there, aka a fucking job, aka any type of personal responsibility? Are there accommodations for people that just aren't there when you need them and they're supposed to be to do the things that you're paying them to do? Are there any accommodations for that?
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Except her.
the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodation.
I'm going to pause you right there. I guarantee they didn't yell at you. When silence is violence and words are violence and micro expressions are violence, I guarantee this person was literally using words, literally talking. They yelled at me. I guarantee I would put some fucking money on, one, whether or not this actually happened, and two, I guarantee this person was literally talking, or it was an email or some shit. Okay.
For time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, show up at 10. Oh, I have time blindness. You show up at 5. What the fuck are you talking about? What an idiot.
You know, provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time.
I'm just going to keep on pausing it every time she says something absolutely stupid. I'll create a culture where workers who struggle to be on time. Good. No, look, fine. That you're not going to get hired. So anyway, look, if you go to someone and say, hey, do you have accommodations? I'm applying for a job. Do you have accommodations for someone who just won't be here? Won't be here whenever you need them. They'll just show up whenever they want. Do I have accommodations for it? If you don't tell the employer that, you're going to show up late, and guess what? They're going to fire you anyway. So you're just saving everyone time and be like, hey, I'm irresponsible. I won't be here whenever you want me to be here. Can I have a job? No.
When there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system?
What?
And then to think I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
No, it's actually literally not. You pretending like the entire system of humanity, just everyone's existence, needs to revolve around your lack of responsibility to be a person that can be depended on. Talk about entitlement. Are you? I'm not worried. The good thing.
Shut up, bitch!
The good thing is that these types of people don't reproduce. Really happy about that. Really happy about that. These people just don't reproduce. I'm glad. I think we can all get a round of applause for the fact that these people are really generally pro-choice, adamantly pro-choice. Now, as long as you protect your children so they're not, that they're not monopolized by these lunatics, because that's why they go after the children, because they don't have their own, they have yours. They're just going to go extinct. It's called natural selection, which is fan-fucking-tastic, which is fantastic. So this problem over generations can really solve itself. And there you have it. Good. Keep eating soy. Yes, your body, your choice. Good. Yeah. Poison your womb. Yeah. Please. Please. Thank you. Oh my God. Fan-fucking-tastic. TCAP said, yeah, right. Remember the kids that were screaming in shopping carts 20 years ago? Here they are. Yup. Well, even more so, the kids that were screaming in shopping carts, and then the parents, as a result of them screaming and throwing a fit, actually gave them what they wanted. That's the part that add that part, TCAP, dead on. Dead on. Okay, this one is called, we've seen her face before. I forget what she talked about last time, but it was stupid. Let's see if this is as stupid. This is called bisexuality. So the comment on the screen says, bisexual means to be attracted to two genders, not more. That's what the term bi means. So I guess we're going to get a math lesson. So 2 + 2 = 5. Bisexual means two, attracted to both sexes, both genders, attracted to both. Again, I will preface it. There's no such thing as non-binary. You can't be neither. You have to be one. No one's trans cow or trans wolf. You're just, at least they want to be the opposite. At least gender dysphoria is usually, I want to be the opposite one. Still means two. So here we go. Bisexuality. Oh, educate me.
What's in the box?
Educate me. Educate me. Please.
So I just want to remind you that even though the prefix bi does mean two, and
we're done. Thank you so much for playing. Fantastic. What a great video. And we're done.
I can't. I fucking can't.
That's a soundboard right there. So I'm just going to be like this. Even though the bi means two, yes. Even though the bi means two, I'm going to continue for the next minute and 13 seconds and just talk nonsense. Oh my God. Absolutely ready for that soundboard. It's got a face.
God damn it. I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your socket.
We got more.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
Now, once you've had sex with the woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
So I just want to remind you that even though the prefix bi does mean two, even though the prefix bi does mean two, 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 and bisexuality commonly does mean attraction to two genders, and
not commonly, does. Does. And it's not commonly to two genders, it's the two genders. It's two. It's not commonly. Oh, it commonly does. Oh, fuck you. Miss Love is Love over here. It's two. Bi means two. Binary means two. It means 1 or 0. It's essentially what all the code in the computer is. It's 1 or 0. 1 or 0. I'm getting stupid. That's fucking bullshit.
within the gender binary, commonly we understand that as being attracted to like the only two genders, man and woman. We all
okay, I know we're 14 seconds in, but holy based. Right? Based. Just stop talking. Okay, stop. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop.
Commonly we understand that as being attracted to like the only two genders, man and woman.
You don't put quotes around that. There's no quotes for that. It's just, that's it. You're done. You're done. You're done. Stefan says no septum piercing, but one is close by. Just got a nose ring for those who are just listening. It's close. So are we saying, Stefan, that's is that septum piercing adjacent? That's septum adjacent, right? By their language. I think that's septum adjacent. Mm-hmm.
We also know that those are not the only two genders. And
there we go.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
And there it is.
There are some bisexual people who see their identity as more expansive.
That's right, people. I don't know if you didn't know this, but there are insane people in the world who think things that aren't true. Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there were mentally insane people in this world. I wasn't aware of that. People also think that the earth is flat. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
And, you know, being attracted to more than just two genders.
So it's not quadsexual, pentasexual. We do have pan, right? If you're attracted to cast iron. What else? What else is there? I'm actually probably pansexual. I love cooking in cast iron. I love a cast iron. That's how we cook our steaks. So I'm a fan. I like steel too. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing.
So for some bisexual people, they've kind of reframed bisexuality in the definition.
You don't say. You don't say. Are you saying that people have reframed and are changing the definition of things? Quadsexual just means, yeah, you're attracted to Tom Platz. That's what it is. Matt says quadsexual means you like Jay Cutler and the quad stomp. There you go. I'm quadsexual. I'm attracted to leg extensions.
To mean attraction to their gender and others. So you still get that two in there, but it also really accounts for the multitude of other kinds of genders that are out there, not just...
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
It definitely doesn't mean what you think it means.
Just man and woman, because it's true that somebody could be attracted to women and non-binary people.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as non-binary. I keep saying this. That's more in non-binary is more insane than trans. Like if you're putting it as like some sort of like mental illness hierarchy, I really think in terms of like the highest, most insane is the non-binary one. I'm neither. What are you talking about? Well, what do you piss out of? Where does your pee come out? It's got to come out of something. Does it come out of a puss or does it come out of a salchicha? Like what is it? What does it come out of? Just tell me. I'll help you out. I'll give you a hand. I'll shake it off for you. I'll do you a solid. The green trolley. Earth is flat or hollow. I don't know. So wait, the green trolley, you're biplanetary? Does that mean you're not sure if it's flat or hollow? So you're like we're getting throttled again. No fucking shit. There we go. There we go. Buffering. Shocker. Fucking buffering. Fuck you, YouTube. Fucking buffering. Oh my God. All right. Unicorn rainbows, a meadow of sunflowers, a warm breeze, picnics. I'm going to do that. We're going to say this here. I'll come back to this for 47 seconds. Afternoon at the movies, 4th of July. No, I'm sorry. That's capitalism, communism, socialism, collectivism, Mao. Fuck, what else? Stalin. Oh, come on. Bring me back.